All right, so let's start by moving up one level and opening up our index file. So nano index. Scroll down and let's change this back into PHP. Move the menu down a few bits. And let's first create a counter variable, which we will be using in a bit. All right, so to create our counter variable, we're gonna use the $sign and then counter. And for now, let's make it 8. We won't be using it quite yet, but we will in a little bit. Our first loop that we're gonna use is gonna be the for loop. You'll notice that this is very similar to what we've covered in our JavaScript course, our JavaScript classes. So $sign I, the I variable is going to be equal to 0 or start off as 0. And then as long as the I is less than 8, let's say less than 10, then let's add 1 to I. So I plus plus. We close it, we end it. And then we will exit out of the loop of the PHP. So we do that. And we will add our breakline tag. Then we go back in to our PHP. And we can actually do this in one line. So end for okay. All right, so one minor correction here. Okay, let's go ahead and save that and test it out, see if we made any mistakes. Yeah, so there is definitely a mistake there. So let's go back. Let's replace this semicolon with a colon. And there it is. We have spacing. However, it's actually displaying the text menu. Let's go ahead and fix that. So let's go back to our CLI and remove this closing tag. Save it. Go back to our browser. Okay. So we're almost there. We are just missing our echo statement so we can display the menu. So then we echo menu. Let me remove this extra space. We'll save it. Go back to our browser. And there we go. We see our menu right there. Okay, so now let me show you how to use for loop in a different manner. So I'm gonna go back up here. This is gonna be much simpler. I'm gonna do for $I is equal to 0, just like before. While it's less than 10, we will add 1 to I. Then we open up our for loop by using the curly brackets. And within the curly brackets, we are going to echo our BR tag. Save it. And let's go back to our browser. That's a little mistake. Okay, so let's do this. Let's keep our for loops separate. Okay, so here is our mistake. I omitted the I variable. So once I add that back in, now we go back to our browser and there it is. So now let's add one more loop. Let's go back to our code. And here at the end, let me separate this. PHP. We're going to use the echo str repeat for string repeat. And we are going to repeat the BR string 10 times. Save it, refresh the page. Now it appears as if something is broken. However, if we go back to our code and we reduce the number of repeats, let's say to 4, save it, we go back to our browser and we see our menu. So what's going on is that we're repeating it, we're adding so many spaces that it's pushing our menu beyond the bottom of the page. Right, so let's go ahead and replace our counters, for our number 10s, with the counter variable that we declared earlier. And that is why we declared it as 8. So we save it. Okay, here now you can see. So I replaced the counter, the 10 spacings on each one to the counter variable. And as you can see, this one here is misspelled. Counter, save it. So now that we've updated it, each counter is now equal to 8. So when we go to the browser, we can see that the footer menu is aligned. Let's go back to our code and let's reduce the counter to 4. Go back to the browser, and now we've moved the footer up considerably. And now we have the basis for our menu system.